Alright guys, so welcome to the second episode of the vlog. Today, we're gonna be testing out window tint samples. Let's get started. Update from the previous episode. I know that in the previous episode we got the door, which is the rear door and then the trunk door for a hatchback. We were able to get that. We've been practicing. Our skill is there now again. But in the meantime, I know that we've been requesting samples to some of the films we are gonna offer. They already came, samples are there. So what I did is I grabbed the film and I cut it into 20 inches because I know that the roll that they gave us for the sample is 60 inches. Cut it 20, 20, 20. That will allow us to fit any window, and then most rear windows are also going to be able to fit there. So that's what I did. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to test these samples on a few criteria, which is the cutting, the shrinking, and the most important is the clarity / haziness, because I know with the ceramic tints, once you go into the higher quality ones, it tends to get a little hazy or foggy, which I know that most people would want HD clarity 4K. So that's what we're gonna test out right now. So in the meantime, while the sun comes out, because I know it's a little bit cloudy, I am gonna be testing out the material on the doors, how well it shrinks, how well it cuts. And then that big rear window is gonna be mainly for shrinking, to see how well it shrinks. Oh, and another update. Because we are starting the window tint course, I know that we got samples for tools, which I didn't get to show. But we want to offer a course where not only is it free, but it's able to show people how to window tint off the bat. And we're going to give them all the tools. We're going to give it on the website. So you're going to get the course for free, and you're also going to get access to all the basic tools that you're going to need, where you don't have to go to websites or Amazon, or you don't have to do your research on what tools do I need. You know, do I need a certain squeegee? Do I need a certain blade? What else do I need? And so that's what I'm looking at right now. I got some samples, all the materials that you're gonna need for you to get started, for you to start making money right away. A few squeegees, some wipers, some felt, bulldozer, that way you're able to reach at the back of the sedan window. Another bulldozer with the scraper, that way you're able to scrape it. Some squeegees, more squeegees, your Blue Max. We are gonna be offering that, and I got a few samples. I got 3, so I'm just waiting on one more. Box 1. Box 2, and that's a work in progress. All right, so first things first, we're gonna test out the lowest of the lows, which is gonna be the material we're gonna offer so you could practice, which is gonna be dye. So we're only gonna offer it for people that want to learn how to window tint. The reason why is because if you want to start, it doesn't make sense practicing on ceramic because it's gonna be expensive, and then carbon, you can practice with it, but we recommend the dye just to begin. Once you're gonna offer your services, I wouldn't really recommend anyone to offer dyed film to a customer. Go with carbon or go with ceramic. All right, first step is we're gonna clean the outside. We gotta make sure there's no dust, and this is gonna be a very important step once you're window tinting. Right now it kind of really doesn't matter because I'm just gonna be testing the cut and the shrink for the side windows, since that's the most common place, and then eventually the shrink is gonna be for that. But the first step really is just to get your soapy solution, wipe it on the outside, and you just gotta clean it. The reason why you want to clean the outside window is because if you don't have a peel board, so we have a makeshift peel board there, which is just plexiglass. It's not real glass, it's plastic. Whenever we're installing or we're practicing, we're able to put it here, peel it, and install it. If you don't have that, then the next best option is to put it on the window or on the door. So you just place it down and you peel. But that's why you want to make sure everything is clean.
What the hell is even that?
So I guess first thing, I'm gonna test how flimsy or durable it is. This one, because it's dyed, it tends to be on the lower end. So the handling, if you don't have experience with it, there's a higher chance of creasing it. So if you see, you're gonna have some crease marks. I already have a few. So like example, you don't know how to work with it. Like see, on that, it's already pinching towards the bottom. So for those people that don't have much experience, you are gonna have some creases, but it's a little flimsy. Now we're gonna test it out.
Is there anything you're liking or not liking about it already?
So right now this one is a little bit thin, which It's not bad, but I know that it's a little bit difficult to work with because again, if you fold it the wrong way, it has a higher chance of creasing. And right now, I mean, it's all right. It's not bad. Let me check how it peels. Pretty easy to peel. So we'll see how it shrinks and then we'll see how it looks. But off the bat, it's a little bit too thin. But again, this is gonna be practice window, so we'll see how it goes. If it makes sense to use something else for practice window, then we'll do that, but it's not terrible. The material is not terrible. So far the installation was pretty good, pretty easy. It wasn't too hard to work with. And by too hard to work with, I mean that even though it was a little bit thinner or a little bit flimsier than I would have liked, still pretty good. All right guys, this is gonna be day 2 of testing out the samples. I know yesterday we were only able to get the sampling for the dye. While Jacob was in here, I also tested out the carbon, which is really good quality. I like the quality for the carbon. Now, the remaining samples that we had to take, if you see here, just to recap, we did the dyed, the carbon. We still have to do a ceramic that has the properties of 99% IRR, 99% UVR, which is, this is the best one. Next up, we have another ceramic, which it has 99% IRR, 99.90 UVR, so I think this is the second best. And then I think a lower quality ceramic, which is still good qualities. It has 98% IRR and 99% UVR. So all I have to do is test out these 3 samples of ceramic, and that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. Oh yeah, I guess also, once I test out the samples on the cars to see how they shrink and how they cut, I'm also gonna bring in the car and I'm gonna place them in the window to see how the haziness and the fogginess looks like. Because I know that's a very common issue with ceramic window tint, is that depending on the quality, and depending how it's made, some ceramic window tint tends to be a little hazy or fogginess, especially if you're driving when there's a sunset or a sunrise and the sun is hitting the window at a certain angle. You're gonna notice some haziness in some films. So that's what we're trying to avoid. As you heard, the properties are pretty much the same. They're mostly the same, but we're just gonna taste out the haziness because I know people don't like that. So we'll get to that. Shrinking is a little interesting. So far, the dyed and the carbon have been easier to shrink. The ceramic, it's a little bit harder because I know of its properties, so it's harder to shrink. It's not difficult. I think it's gonna be difficult once we do it on the trunk, but at least for the side roll down windows, it's pretty manageable still. It's pretty easy. I guess that's just a quick update. No one saw that. So the first step for this one is going to be removing the sticker, because I know if we put it over, there's the chance it's going to bubble on the edges of the sticker. So we're going to remove that, and then the goal, or what I'm planning to do, is test out the samples that we have. I know we have a total of 5, but I'm only going to be testing 4, and I'm going to be splitting it in the middle. So half, half, and then on the other side, half and half. So for one of these, the HC Pro, which is the best, this is going to be the highest caliber. I'm going to put it on the driver's side. That way it's easier for me to see how it looks, because I know that the higher the qualities, it tends to be more foggy, more hazy. It also depends on how it's made, but that's what I'm going to start with. So time to get started. could kind of tell. Watch, sit down and close the door.
This is bad.
It's not bad. It's just that for the customer, it's preference. Granted, I know that the windows are dirty.
What do you think your brother's thinking right now?
No, he's just seeing the difference. He's trying to figure out what's what. And he's trying to see that which one is clear, which one is not that clear. You can't tell? Does it look foggy, hazy?
I mean, maybe the color. I mean, if anything, I would say that maybe this is a little bit more foggy-ish in terms of clarity. But when it comes to the lights or the fogginess or haziness due to the ceramic, can't tell.
But you don't think they will notice, huh? Or is it noticeable? No, huh? Because this is the Pro 40 HD.
What about the other side?
The other side, the sun is going to play a factor in it because I know that it's going to be in the shade. The only thing is got fingers. No, but it looks pretty clear because this is the carbon and then this is the other ceramic, the NSN. Alright guys, quick update. I know we installed the samples that we had on both of the windows. Now I didn't install the dyed because we're not going to be offering that to the public. It's going to be mainly for practice. But what I have on the driver window is going to be 2 ceramics. On this passenger window, it's going to be ceramic taking up most of it and then the carbon, which I know that the carbon tends to be pretty clear. And so this is going to be our baseline for the ceramic, and then those, we're just going to compare them based off of each other to see how they look. But that's what I have going on. I have to wait until the sun comes out, unfortunately, because I know that when it's cloudy and there's no sun, in order for you to see the haziness, you have to see it at a certain angle. So we can't have that right now because one, it's cloudy, and then 2, the sun hasn't fully come out. So I'm going to be driving it for the rest of the day to test them out. And once I test them out, we're going to have a better picture of what type of ceramic we're going to go with. So that's the update. Other than that, guys, this has been the second episode of the vlog of starting a window tint course, and these are some of the samples that we're going to be offering in the course. So stay tuned for episode 3, which is going to be the final one, and it's going to be more behind the scenes of how we create the course. But with that, guys, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next vlog.